Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My guest is Sheriff Andy Hires. Pardon me, Sheriff Andrew Hires.
Andy's fine, Bruce. Andy's fine.
Andy's fine. All right. Sheriff Andy Hires from Richland County, and he's not making the big announcement like Steve Smith did a few weeks ago, but he has already made his big announcement, and he is going to be running for the 109th legislative representative seat up in Springfield. And we're going to talk with Andy today we're going to get to know Andy as we get to know all the folks here in this area. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Wabash Catch TV today, up in Louisville, here in Flora, and in Sisney, Jeff, over in Browns, Albion, Fairfield, West Salem on Channel 100 or Channel 25. Same thing, by the way, Channel 100 or Channel 99 on those new Moby sticks. Those are pretty cool. Over in Salem on Channel 3. We do appreciate you folks tuning in, however so you are tuning in as we're rolling through the summertime. Here it is, August 22nd. Let's give you a few community events going on in the area. Let's tell you a few things going on. See, now I've got you off the air, so you can go ahead and...
21st.
It's 22nd today.
Is it?
This is showing the 22nd. He's already arguing with me. Can you believe it?
The reason why I said that's my birthday today, Bruce.
I did not know
Yeah, and
that. Congratulations.
I heard you say that 22nd. I said, no, wait, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
is it rude of me to ask how old?
No, 49 today.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You're a pup.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's cool. And we're shooting this. All right, now he's made me. Now we're showing how the sausage is made. Thanks a lot, Andy. We're shooting this on the 21st. It's going to show on the 22nd here on Wabash Catch TV. But it's on YouTube anyway, right, as soon as we get out of here. So, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not going to hold that against you too badly. 49, huh?
49.
Man, you are young.
49 years young today.
Good for you. Good for you. This is... it's Thursday, August 22nd. I'm sticking with it. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Some community events going around today, going on over in Kell this evening. There's going to be a blood drive today. It's from 2 o'clock to 6 p.m. over at the Kell Fire Department. They are hosting this blood drive today. Again, whenever I talk about a blood drive, I tell folks you want to go online. You want to make your appointment. It is redcrossblood.org. And I must, since there's a blood drive today, I got to ask you, Andy, do you donate blood?
I have, but I have not today yet.
Well, since it's yesterday.
We have, and I will advertise. We have one coming up in Richland County. It's Battle of the Badges, to where the fire department and the police department and the sheriff's office kind of battle on who
who donates the most.
Who donates the most?
When is that coming up?
I don't have the exact date, but it's next week, I believe. So
right.
Come on over.
Well,
all the law enforcement from all these surrounding counties.
How
come
about
on over
that?
And
that's pretty cool.
See if we can't win this battle.
Do that at over at the Carl Hospital.
I think it's at the VFW, I think, but I'll check and we'll find out that for sure.
We'll know more information before the end of the show. How about that? That makes sense.
Absolutely, that'd be perfect.
That's exactly right. Well, that's cool. So you're a blood donor, wonderful. Again, that's at 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. today at the Kell Fire Department. Also today, going over in Salem, this is a big deal. This is a pie crust demo. This is something that if you're a baker, you might think about doing at the Univy Extension office there in Salem. There's going to be a demonstration on making pie crusts. You think it's simple, but it's not. You got to do. It's a lot of work. As talented HCE members, and actually Blue Ribbon Fair winner Dorothy Bruce is going to be making pie crust, along with Phyllis Henson Phillips and Linda Carter. There's going to be a short slide presentation as well as a demonstration at the end of the program. Pies will be served, so that makes it worthwhile. That's 6 o'clock tonight, and it'll go till 8 o'clock. Pie recipe handouts are included to get you started on your own. This program is presented by the Marion County Home and Community Extension. It's open to the public. Everyone welcome. give them a phone call if you're interested, or if you want more, if you want to register, if you need more information, give them a call at 548-1446. Also, up in Effingham tonight, it is a big old summer crochet class. I guess they've been doing this monthly, and tonight at 4 p.m. you can learn the basics of chaining, stitches, pattern reading, tools, terminology, and more. And that right there is pretty much all the terminology I now have about crochet: chaining, stitches, and pattern reading. Go to Fresh Digs, and they'll be able to help you out. And again, that is the monthly crochet class. What else going on? Fairfield Memorial Hospital's Senior Life Solutions going to hold their coffee club meeting today, going until about 10:30, so you better hurry if you haven't made it yet. Coffee Club is going to meet at the Fairfield Memorial Hospital Cafe, and it's open to anyone that would like to attend. You don't have to be a participant in the Senior Life Solutions, but free blood pressure checks and refreshments will also be offered at the coffee club. They do look forward to seeing anybody there. Also at the Fairfield Memorial Hospital today, Dementia Caregivers meeting. It's the Dementia Caregivers Support Group. It's going to meet today at 1:30. Now that's going to be at Horizon Healthcare and the Medical Arts Complex Education Rooms. Light refreshments will be served. Meetings are held every fourth Thursday of the month. August 22nd, I guess, is the fourth Thursday. If you want more information, give them a call. Mariah Miner at 847-8328. This is also National Be an Angel Day. I always kind of try to tell folks some good national days. This is National Be an Angel Day. This is when folks are encouraged to do good deeds and kindness for others, be supporting of those in need, and inspiring acts and others to kindness. As folks do that, they display an angel, an act of an angel on their shoulder. This day was started back in 1993 by Jane Howard Feldman to encourage acts of kindness, and kind of hand in hand with National Be an Angel Day, it's also National Tooth Fairy Day. Wiggle a loose tooth, and maybe the Tooth Fairy collect it, or today or any other time, since the day is celebrated twice a year to recognize tooth fairies again on the 28th. Now, why would you think here, Andy, that they recognize National Tooth Fairy Day twice a year?
Well, that's going to be a tough one for me to answer, Bruce.
It's because you're supposed to go to the dentist twice a year.
Okay. Every 6 months. You're
Every
supposed to go
6
to
months.
Right.
There you go. There you go. See, now you're thinking. I'm just trying to get you thinking, Andy. I'm just trying to get you thinking. This is, like I said, National Tooth Fairy Day. Today, the Tooth Fairy jingles much less than ever. The average payout for a loose tooth ranges. Now, you tell me, you're a parent. I'm not. How much is the average? Did the average tooth fairy drop off for the kids at your house?
It's went up a lot more than when I was a child.
Is that right?
But yeah, it's getting up there about $1.50 now.
I got to tell you, average now is $3 to $4.
Well, mine's not getting $3 to $4. That goes to my conservativeness, I guess. There.
Well, no, it's the tooth fairy around your house is a little tighter.
I understand. Very much more conservative than in the national average there. Anyway,
well, that's probably not a bad thing as national average $3 to $4. And sometimes if Dad is on duty when the tooth disappears, may not have smaller bills. So that probably is when that might be when the bill gets a little bit higher, into the $5. I wonder if the Tooth Fairy has ever had that problem at your house.
He has not, or she has not.
She has not. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Just making sure there. Just making sure. While our research didn't unearth the source of of Tooth Fairy Day, it is interesting. I believe it's the American Dental Association probably started National Tooth Fairy Day. What's on Wabash? What do you want to see on television tonight? Good baseball going on this evening as the San Francisco Giants are finishing up their series with the Cubs. That'll be at 1:20 this afternoon. Jeff Samardzija versus Kyle Hendricks. I think that's on the NBC Sports Chicago Plus, channel 644. Also tonight, the Colorado Rockies are in St. Louis to open up a four-game series, big four-game series in St. Louis. 6:45 the game time tonight. German Marquez taking the mound for the Rockies, and he'll go against Miles Michaelis for the Cardinals. That again on channel 630. The Texas Rangers are in Chicago tonight to play the Chicago White Sox. That's at 7:10 on NBC Sports Chicago. Ariel Gerardo for the Rangers and the White Sox yet to decide who they are going to pitch. 2 games remaining before the finals in the Little League World Series. Actually, it might be the international final, depending on if who wins 2 out of 3. Curacao versus the winner of South Korea and Japan. That game's at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then the U.S. semifinal is tonight at 6:30. One game to tell you about in the NFL preseason. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are taking on the Miami Dolphins at 7 p.m. this evening. That's going to be at Hard Rock Stadium, and that's going to be on your local Fox channel. My guest today is Andy Hires. We are going to talk about, actually going to get to know him is what we're planning on to do. Here he is, the Richland County Sheriff, and he is running for state legislature. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Andy and I will be back right after these. Do stick around. Dead microphones.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey at Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Welcome back, folks. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Do appreciate you tuning in each and every day here on, of course, on Wabash as well as on YouTube, the Big Talk with Bruce Dickey channel. My guest today, it is How about Sheriff Andy Hires? When's the last time anybody called you Mister?
It's been a while.
But Sheriff Andy Hires from Richland County, welcome. Appreciate you coming over here, Andy.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me on. Enjoy.
Yeah, glad to do it. The reason, of course, you're here, you're a friendly person, and you'd be a good person to talk to anyway, I guess.
I think so.
But here you're now, you've decided to throw your hat in the ring, haven't you?
I have. Made that decision back on August 10th. Is when we announced. I made it a few days before that, but we made our announcement August 10th there at Untitled Chapter.
What Andy is running for the 109th District State Representative, and you are a lifelong, other than a few years outside of this district, but pretty much a lifelong resident, right?
I am. I was born and raised there in Jasper County, and did about 7 years in Texas before coming back. And ended up in Richland County on my return. Okay,
when you I'll get to that stuff later. What made you decide you wanted to run?
Well, there's number one. I'm a public servant. I mean, that's what I've done my entire life.
How long you been sheriff?
I've been sheriff since '06.
Okay,
been in law enforcement for 25 years though.
Wow.
Since 1994 is when I started. But that was the first issue of it. But as sheriff, I was beginning to see some legislation that was uncomfortable to me. Mm-hmm. A lot of it based around the Second Amendment. I mean, we were finding ourselves having to do some things, and search warrants that were coming, and seizing weapons, and laws that were trying to be passed that requiring us to seize some weapons. For otherwise law-abiding citizens, and I was having a difficult time with that. So that's what I was struggling with first, and then this seat opened up with Darren Bailey choosing to take that Senate seat or take the nomination. Run for it, yeah. And I was simply asked if this would be something I would consider, and it took about 2 weeks for me to decide that, because it certainly wasn't something I'd aspired for or was even considering.
What do you take into consideration? Walk me through, Andy, the decision-making process, because a lot of folks, even though you've been in countywide elections now 4 times.
That's right. Yeah.
You've been elected in Richland County 4 times. How many times did you have opponents?
I had opponents on 3 of those 4
at the county level, not the primary, but at the
general election.
The general election.
The general election, there was on 3 of those elections I had opponents. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been through the elective process, which to me, I must tell you, as someone who has had friends go through the elective process, it can be a lot of fun. It can be a lot of work, and if you're going to be good at it, it's a lot of work, right?
Absolutely, it's a lot of work.
And but it can be brutal.
It can at times, but most of my 4 elections it's not been the brutal side.
That's good.
We have not had a lot of negativity there, but it is a lot of work. I mean, you have to be out there, but that's what I love. I love meeting people.
Do people realize how much work goes into it? The reason I ask is because I usually ask I've had politicians on here before several times, and I'll ask them how many hours. I'll ask them to describe their day when they're running. Now, granted, when you're running versus when you're serving, they're 2 different kinds of things.
Sure. It's very time consuming. I mean, a lot of times right now, especially running for this 109 district seat, we're traveling around a lot, and on weekends we're pretty busy. We're hitting 7-8 events at a time on the weekends. So
there's the district. This is probably is this the largest district in the state in terms of square miles? I think it is.
It's fairly close, if not the largest. It's 9 counties, or at least part of or all of 9 counties. So it's a big district that we have to. All the way down to Carmi, all the way up to my little hometown of Hidalgo up there, north part of Jasper County.
Hidalgo, north of Newton there on 130, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you're going, tell me, now you would know this better than me. I'm trying to figure out, is the little notch there by Effingham, is that Teutopolis? And is Teutopolis in the district?
Part of Teutopolis is in the district, yes. Diedrich and part of Teutopolis is in there all the way down 45. Got a little town called Hartville there that's in the district as well. So.
Yeah, Hartville, but Watson probably isn't. Watson would be a little bit west.
And I do believe part of Watson Township is in that district.
Is it? See, now there you go. That's the thing, folks. I'm asking the guy who's going around. You're learning probably all kinds of new places.
You're absolutely right. And there's definitely a lot to learn in this process as well.
Has the process, the election process, started? You talk about when you're running for sheriff, you're going to every they call them rubber chicken feeds. Whether the chicken's good, it's probably good most of the time, or it might be a pork burger feed, but it's a rubber chicken circuit is what the baseball players used to call it.
And you continue to do that in 9 counties now instead of just one.
And that was my question. How many nights at home do you get? Because you're still working every day.
I am. I'm working every day. Now, nights at home this week, I've probably been home a couple nights a week.
Well, that's good.
Last week, I was in Springfield a couple days and events a couple different days. So it'll take you away, but you still got to make time for family. That's important. Sure. And so every now and then, you just got to take a stop on the campaign trail and spend some time at home.
That makes a ton of sense. That's probably what helps keep you sane.
It does. It certainly does.
Tell you what we're doing. We're talking here with Sheriff Andy Hires. He is running for the seat of state representative, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit more. Get to know. He's mentioned the family. We'll talk about the family and a little bit of his background, what he's done throughout his life. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV, and we'll be back right after these. Back in a sec.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone services required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Andy Hires. He's a Richland County Sheriff, and he is running for state representative here in the 109th District. And Andy, you mentioned how you need whenever you're running for office or something like this, and you've got experience running for office several times before, how you need to make sure you save room for your family. Tell me about your family. Give me the rundown.
Absolutely. I have a wife of 21 years. It'll be 21 years in October anyway.
Wow.
I told her I wouldn't forget that when I came.
You better remember.
It's coming up pretty quick, our anniversary there. But then we have 3 children. We have a 20-year-old and a 17 who will be 18 in October.
Wow.
And then we have a 10-year-old as well. So
20-year-old and a 17-year-old graduated. Well, he's probably not graduated from Alney yet.
The 20-year-old is in VU right now. He's going to Vincennes University.
Okay.
And then my 17-year-old, my daughter, she's a senior this year at
Richland.
Yep.
I got to ask, and I ask. Chris Simpson's one of my best friends, and I've known him since he was born and I was born. I got to ask. He's part of trying to get this called Richland County, and I've known it as East Richland or Alney my entire life. We played Alney in football. We didn't play Richland County.
I think you could still call it Alney, but now that we consolidated our schools back in 2014, I think it was.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to make that move to Richland County instead of just West Richland or East Richland.
Well, I see now that's a big thing. I got to know. I don't know. I'm asking the hard questions here.
Right.
As a Richland County Sheriff, which do you prefer?
As far as the name of the schools, I think it should be Richland County.
Oh, you're just full of beans.
We have.
See, now there you go, folks. He's telling the truth in front of the hard questions.
We have consolidated into one school district, and we ought to refer to it as Richland County instead of dividing ourselves over there. So.
I guess that makes some sense. I guess because there are people there who live in Noble and go to it. People
Absolutely.
who live in Dundas and go to it, and people who live all over the place.
All over Richland County now. Go to one place. So.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so you have been back in Richland County, you said, since 1997?
1997 is when I was actually hired for as a deputy sheriff there. Spent a little time in Texas prior to that.
Okay.
From 91 to 97, or 1990 till 1997. But yeah, I've been at the sheriff's department ever since.
Where were you in Texas?
I was in Port Arthur, Texas, at the southeast corner down there, along the Louisiana coast, or along the Louisiana border in the Gulf Coast.
What's that? Half an hour from Thibodaux, or an hour maybe from Thibodaux, Louisiana.
It's pretty close to that. Yeah, it's if you come on I-10 right through Lake Charles and it comes right into Beaumont. We were about 20, 30 minutes south of Beaumont there.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to get my okay. Now, what'd you do down there? Were you a roughneck? That's a lot of oil down there.
When I first, you're going to be shocked here. When I graduated college up here, I graduated with a welding and metallurgy degree.
Perfect.
From Alney Central College, and that's why I went to Texas, was to practice my trade in welding down there.
Sure, probably jobs all over the place.
At that time, there was jobs everywhere, and I went into pipe welding down there and done very well. But I decided at that point, about 1993, I decided that I want to change that and go into law enforcement. So
no kidding.
That is
law enforcement. I would think is you just wanted to serve people. I guess is that what it was,
or
did you see welding as a dead end or something? Or
no, it was a little bit of both. I mean, law enforcement and service of people. That's kind of how I was brought up. I mean, I was raised that way to serve. Mm-hmm. But when I was down there, a lot of times in that welding industry, you work 7/12s.
Oh yeah.
You're not consistent.
Yeah.
And with me, I would
called out all the time.
Work 7/12s for 3 months, and then they would shut down, and you'd be off a week or two till they moved to the next job. Just didn't kind of like that type of style of work. So at that point, I decided that I wanted to pursue that public service. In 1993, I had the opportunity. I started applying. Probably applied at 50 places and was lucky enough that Port Arthur was the actual place I was living at the time, and they're the ones that offered me the job. So.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah. Had you done any criminal justice schooling before that?
Nope. Had no criminal justice. Only degree I had was in that welding and metallurgy. And
so basically, they sent you to Texas school to
They sent me to
patrol school,
Regional Police Academy there in Beaumont, Texas, and graduated valedictorian in my class.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tell me, I must imagine, and you left there to become a deputy sheriff in Richland County. Mm-hmm. 4 years later or so after leaving Port Arthur. You wanted to get closer to home.
I did.
The differences of policing in a city the size of Port Arthur, which is 100,000, give or take.
It was 100,000 plus back then, probably a little larger now.
Yeah, I suspect you're right.
Yeah, but
what's the difference in that kind of policing than to move up here to Richland County?
Richland, in a smaller rural area like this, it's more community based. Here in Richland County, when I got back here, it didn't take long before you pretty much knew most people. I mean, most of the people in the county. Down there, I went 3 years and probably didn't meet hardly or have any of the percentage-wise of the people I knew in the county. Might have been 5% of the population.
You're talking to people all the time, but you're not really...
You're not building personal relationships like you do in a small rural area like this.
That is... did you have to pull your gun or anything down there?
Unfortunately, a lot of times in Port Arthur, we would pull our guns quite often.
Really?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, see, I didn't know. I mean, you don't do that so much probably in Richland County.
We don't. And there was a lot of times on traffic stops we would actually walk up to cars with our weapons behind our legs. I mean, because it's just a different type of policing and probably more dangerous at that point. But yeah, here in Richland County, it's rare that you have to remove your weapon from your holsters.
Well, they probably a lot more paperwork too.
There is a lot more paperwork. So regardless of where you're at, there's a lot of paperwork.
So you want to move from that to be a legislator. It's not like you're trying to avoid paperwork.
I'm not trying to avoid paperwork. I actually like the paperwork.
That's pretty cool. Talking here to Andy Hires. He is the Richland County Sheriff. He is running for state representative in the 109th District. We're getting to know him. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about his career in Olney and as well as more about his family when we return. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Andy and I'll be back right after these. Do stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Welcome back, folks. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Richland County Sheriff Andy Hires. He is running for a state representative here in the 109th District, and we're talking about a wide variety of things. Okay, so the policing a little bit different in Texas than in Illinois. When you got back up here, though, you met and married. What was we never mentioned your wife's name, and I was going to show her a picture too.
Her name is Tricia Allum Hires.
There it is.
Met her just shortly after returning from. I got here in March of '97, and we met in May of '97.
Okay.
Cute little story behind that, but I don't know if I got time to tell it.
You got time, absolutely.
I was actually.
If you're really now, Andy, if you've seen the show like once or twice, if you tell me you got a cute story, I'm going to make you tell it.
Well, it's long. I mean, I was introduced to her by one of the deputies that I worked with at the time, but I'd been seeing her at Walmart prior to that, and actually had ran the license plate on her car. I found it alongside the road one night. She had parked and went with friends, and so there wasn't really a connection. Didn't put the two together.
You just wanted to make sure that you didn't realize that this was the license plate. You weren't stalking this woman.
No. I just found the car, ran the plate, and the deputy got on there and said he knew the family, and he called back and said that everything was fine. She just parked there with a friend. But this was the same girl I'd been seeing in Walmart the whole time, and I finally got up the nerve in Walmart one day to go buy a pack of gum, and she's wearing what I thought was a wedding ring. So
you just backed off.
So I backed off, and the next time, a few days later, I seen her pushing the baby carriage there in Noble. Now,
oh, no.
I thought, now I'm in trouble. She's married and has a kid, so I just completely backed off of that. And it wasn't 2 or 3 weeks later, he asked me, he said, would you be interested in being introduced to someone? And I said, well, sure. And lo and behold, I walk up, and it's the same one I've been seeing at Walmart. And
same one they've been thinking about.
Same one I've been thinking about, and found out the ring was her aunt's, deceased aunt. She was wearing it on her right hand, and not her left. And the baby she was pushing was actually the deputies that introduced us.
Oh, is that right?
His youngest daughter at the time. So yeah, it worked out really well. I mean, it was kind of fate coming together there. So
you and she now have 3 children. What are their names?
That's Dylan is my oldest son.
Okay.
Then Reagan is my daughter, and Cooper is our youngest.
Okay. Lived in. You're from originally. I think you mentioned it a second ago, but tell me what your parents did. Were you farmers in Hidalgo, or what were you?
No, we started out in rural Rose Hill.
Rose Hill.
And again, that's in the northern part of Jasper County.
See, I don't know where Rose Hill is.
It's just south of Hidalgo, just south of the Cumberland-Jasper County line.
I bet you when you tell people south of Hidalgo, 85% say, "Oh, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific." How? Because Hidalgo, I know where Hidalgo is.
So if you shoot straight up 130 from Newton, you're going to run into Hidalgo right before you get the Cumberland County line there. Little village there, but you go a little south of that is Rose Hill, and we grew up in the country of Rose Hill there. My mother, she was a school bus driver, drove a school bus for 35 years till she retired.
Okay.
And my father there, he worked in a factory in Charleston till it closed down. And then he and my mother bought a grocery store, gas station there in Hidalgo.
Oh, is that right?
And I was probably about 14, and that's when we moved to Hidalgo. We actually moved to the big village at that point so they could run and operate that grocery store. So once they sold that, probably 10, 11 years later, they sold the grocery store, and he started managing elevators there in Hidalgo and Rose Hill.
Your mother still alive?
They are. Both parents still alive.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful. They still live up there in Hidalgo?
One lives actually in Olney, and my mother lives over in Hartville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she might have. We just started putting Wabash in Hartville.
Well, we could.
So she might have that. So is she on the internet at all?
She does. She spends a lot of time on the internet.
Well, I tell you what, if she's not, we need to get her on. I'm doing the sales pitch right now here, Andy.
I'm confident when this hits YouTube, she'll probably be watching it.
That's probably okay. So you did that for a long time. You've been back in. What made you decide to run for public office in the first place?
Well, at the time at the sheriff's, I'd spent 9 years there at Richland County.
Yeah.
And it was there was just issues there in the county. Meth was exploding, and
it sure did back in the mid 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, that was early 2006 is when I decided. Well, actually 2005 is when I made the decision.
Who were you working for? Who was the sheriff?
The sheriff at the time was Robert Forrester.
Okay.
And I don't know. There was just things that I thought that could be improved, and I thought if I want to make those improvements and I want to challenge myself, let's just try to win this office and see if we can make those changes.
Mm-hmm. how big of a department is the Richland County Sheriff?
We have not, at this currently, back then it wasn't as large, but currently right now we have 9 deputies, 9 correctional officers, and 9 telecommunication officers.
So that's pretty good size. How big's your jail?
We can hold up to 60.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
I can't believe, we were talking in a break, I can't believe I had no idea the jail is right there south of the courthouse as well.
It has been there the whole time. Now, in 2007, we opened a new jail, but it was built in the same location as the old one. So, yeah, just south of the courthouse.
That's in the basically 50% of your job is probably taking care of the jail or more, right?
Absolutely. Sheriff's responsible for the jail, the patrol, the investigations of crimes, as well as the courthouse.
So you got there right as the new building was being completed.
I was. When I was elected, it was actually under construction. So we got to open the building in May of 2007 after the when I took office December 1st of 06.
So you knew you had an idea what you were getting into.
I did. I think I knew exactly what I was getting to. And that wasn't it. That a few years later, we redid the office side, so we had to actually close down the sheriff's office and work out of the courthouse in different areas until they remodeled the building right next to the jail for us as office space over there. So
now
that was the old jail. So
you mentioned that you mentioned earlier that you part of the attraction, part of the allure of coming back to Richland County, or at least turned out to be, is the opportunity to get out and meet people. Right?
Absolutely.
Are you still as a 12, 13, 14-year veteran of the Sheriff's Department, are you still able to go out and do much patrolling, or are you having to be in the office too much?
No, I'm in the office quite a bit, but no, I got the freedom to go to patrol when I need to, and I used to love it, and I still love it. Just told my wife the other night, we were driving one night coming home, and I said, boy, I sure missed even the night shift, because a lot of times when I started out, I worked the night shift.
Well, I figured you probably from 97 till 2000. Usually the deputies, when they get started, that's the gig that they take, right?
They do.
They have the patrolling around. You're probably patrolling around Dundas and that direction.
Yeah. And you can't do that as much as sheriff. There's a lot of paperwork involved and a lot of administrative things. Like for right now, I got a budget due. I'm supposed to have that done this week. So you're sitting.
It's early.
I understand, but the county board wants that budget, so we got to get it to them.
It doesn't come into effect until December 1st.
But it has to. They want to review it, and it has to sit for 30 days before that actually comes in effect. So they like to have it early, and they've been asking for it. So yeah, we get a lot of office time, but occasionally we still get out and patrol.
A lot of what the sheriffs do is serving paperwork and that kind of thing. That just seems to me that's just, I don't know, it's just something that you probably never do. Do you make somebody else do that all the time?
The deputies, they do a fine job of taking care of
There he is. Yeah.
They definitely take care of me on that issue.
Tell me a little bit. We mentioned methamphetamine a little bit and how it was blowing up back in the early 2000s. It's never really gone away, has it? But it just is not as prevalent?
Well, it's as prevalent today as it was then. It did die down for a while, but we don't see today the homemade methamphetamine, the labs that we used to see.
Yeah.
Right now, we're seeing large quantities of what's referred to as crystal meth. It's more of a pure meth. But we're seeing it as heavy now as we did in the early 2000s.
In the news over the last several months, years, has been the opioid crisis. Do you see? And I'm certain that Richland County has the occasional take back days and that kind of stuff.
We do, and we also have there at the sheriff's office a container that we take back any day. I mean,
Is that right?
Yes, if you have prescription drugs that you no longer need or no longer use, we'll take them any day of the week now.
That's and not only is that is an anti-crime thing, that's also a health boon, isn't it? To get those out of potential circulation.
Absolutely, it is. And the Sheriff's Association pushed for that probably a couple of years ago to try to get one of those in every sheriff's office. So I don't know if they've actually succeeded in every sheriff's office, but there are several across the state where you can turn back that medication.
Speaking of sheriffing, and we're talking about opioids and that kind, do you see heroin and that kind of stuff creeping into this area?
We do. In Richland County, it's not as heavy as the methamphetamine.
Really?
But yeah, methamphetamine is still the big driver in our county. We have heroin there. I mean, we've experienced it. We've actually recovered some heroin that has tested with fentanyl in it as well. So
really,
yes.
See, now that fentanyl. So you have to train part of then as your sheriff, as the leader of 30 employees. You've got to train all these employees how to deal with fentanyl.
Absolutely,
because that is even as methamphetamines. A don't touch, don't breathe. Fentanyl is don't get near type of thing, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of times if we suspect that that's what's present, we won't even field test. A lot of times we field test to determine before we send it to a laboratory, but we even back off of that now and send it directly to the lab for testing to prevent any kind of exposure of it. What
would make you one suspicious if if one of your officers has found a cache of heroin? What would make them suspicious of some fentanyl contamination in it?
Knowing where it may have come from.
Oh, really? Depending on who the perpetrator is.
Sure, and the source of where it may have come. The last batch we traced back to Centralia is where it was coming out of. So yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, but anytime you deal with heroin, it's good to just take the precautions that it may be laced with fentanyl, and to just send it straight to the lab.
That's there are horror stories about fentanyl that are just. I mean, the poor people over in East St. Louis and that kind of thing, they just run into it, and police officers becoming incapacitated and being killed by that kind of thing. It's just
absolutely
it's scary, isn't it?
Takes a small amount to cause the death of someone, and yes, it's absolutely scary. And we do carry Narcan in all of our vehicles, and even in our jail we have it. So
is that right?
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, safety first, prevention's probably better than anything else, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Talking here to Sheriff Andy Hires. He is running for the 109th state representative seat. We're going to talk a little bit more about being a legislator versus being a sheriff when we return. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Andy and I'll be back right after these. We'll wrap things up. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. See, now you can tell exactly when and when I do not have an open microphone, can't you?
I believe I can now. It took me a little bit, but I think I can now.
Oh, I'm glad that you're observing. That's cool. Andy Hires is here. He is the Richland County Sheriff. He is running for the 109th representative of the Illinois legislature. Okay, how often before middle of July, whenever you were approached to run, had you ever thought about becoming a statewide politician?
I had never thought about becoming.
Because I presume in 8th grade, the class went to Springfield.
It did.
Went to the legislature,
tours, yeah.
Did the whole tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you thought, that looks like an awful job.
I don't know if that ever crossed my mind, but it's just not. I mean, I was content being sheriff. And enjoyed being sheriff.
Yeah.
Just the laws that just recently were coming down, we're starting to question whether or not we could continue in this route.
As part of as in your role as sheriff, you are required from time to time to go do training.
Yes.
In Springfield, as well as from time to time probably to go up there for conventions and meet legislators. And did they give you a sense whenever you'd had those opportunities over the past several years to meet legislatures, did you get the sense that, I see what these guys are doing. This is something, it's kind of like my gig. It's just a larger level.
Yeah, and I think it's real similar to what I'm doing, because even being within law enforcement, I serve on several different boards that are law enforcement related, where you have to work with different individuals with different ideas, with different views. I don't think the legislation is going to be much different than that. I mean, there's going to be people that's walked in different shoes than I have in life, and we're just going to have to sit down at the table and have discussions and debate issues and still keep your core values intact and vote your conscience on that and vote your district, and but still have the ability to cooperate and listen to other people. I mean, we do that similar thing in the Sheriff's Association as well.
Really? Well, I guess the Sheriff's Association, Sheriff's Association, though, is probably it's not quite represented by population.
Correct.
as the legislature is.
Right. You have 102 sheriffs. You got one per county, but they come from areas that don't necessarily agree how we might down here.
Yeah.
So you have to work through those issues on what you support and what you don't support. So.
Tell me a little bit about, so you've been up there enough to know your way around Springfield to it a little bit, but you're certainly not entrenched. You know some of the folks up there, but not not enough to you're like already in the bag or anything, right?
No, not
That's
at all.
a little direct, I suppose.
coming right at me there. No, I did. Even last week, I got to go up there and meet some of the legislators, but no, I mean there's a lot to learn. I mean, I'm certainly not going in there feeling like I have got all this and understood and can solve the world's problems or Illinois' problems, but I'm willing to go up there and work and listen and see what we can find and see where we can compromise and get things done without jeopardizing our principles down here.
Yeah, and that's really the key to it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And I don't tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like folks, they may or may not agree with everything that you say, but they're basically voting on trying to judge you on your values as well as on your character.
Well, I mean, I certainly hope so. I think having good values is important when you're trusting somebody or be your voice in Springfield.
I'm not going to ask you about any particular thing, but if somebody from you're running for the Republican.
I'm running on the Republican ticket.
Running as a Republican.
Absolutely.
If somebody from the Democratic side says, "Hey, Andy, you're a new representative. We need a little help maybe with this. This is something you're going to consider."
Well, I mean, I would consider.
You're going to listen anyway.
I would sit down and listen and talk with them, but
yeah.
as far as things that I'm truly entrenched in, I mean, I'm pro-life.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Pro-Second Amendment for sure.
Yeah.
Those things we'd have to have some tough conversations on, but I can't see myself ever voting against those types of issues. So.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, now, this is a little bit different, this primary. Actually, in the past, I think, half a dozen primaries, they've only been contested maybe 2 or 3 times. And when Darren Bailey beat David Rice last time, it came as quite a surprise, I think, throughout quite a bit of Springfield anyway.
Sure.
How do you this particular election, that is March 20th?
March 17th.
March 17th. Tuesday, March 17th. This particular primary, this is maybe the most wide open election primary for a representative that there's been in years, isn't it?
I believe so, and there's a lot of activity with this seat. There's, I believe, 4 of us running now on the Republican side, which I think is fantastic. That was what I was wondering. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that people are getting involved and want to be involved, and it just takes good, honest, hardworking people to step up to that plate and take that challenge. And I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see it's happening.
That's good to hear, because a lot of times you figure that folks get a little bit antsy the more people in there,
Sure.
and good to hear that you're not that way. Is anybody running on the Democratic side? I think there's one so far, right?
I've been told there's possibly 2 that's going to run. I don't know if they've both announced, but I believe there's one from Clay County that has announced. So.
Where'd you go to high school? I mean, I hate to ask the St. Louis question.
I went to high school there at Newton, Newton Community High School there in Newton, Illinois.
So you're Newton Eagle.
Yeah, I'm a Newton Eagle. Yeah,
now, when they played Fairfield, who were you for last year in the playoffs?
Now, that's a tough question. But you know who I was rooting for.
I know who. If you were rooting for Newton,
I was rooting for Newton at the time.
I can understand.
I got to go down to Mount Carmel this Saturday. My son, who's 10, he plays in junior pro, and we're playing Mount Carmel this Saturday. But I got a lot of friends down there.
Alney's playing Mount Carmel this Saturday.
Alney's playing Mount Carmel this Saturday, the junior pro, fifth grade. So I'll be down there rooting him on. But at the same time, I'll be talking to my friends from Mount Carmel as well. So.
How many? I've always wondered of politicians. Now, you haven't been throughout the district so much yet. Correct. You're starting to get there.
Yeah, the last week we've been pretty busy. We've been going to different places, but you're right. I've definitely not hit everywhere within the district.
How good are you at names and faces? I mean, usually a politician, when you see a politician, some of them are really, really good, and some of them are really, really good actors.
I put myself in the middle of that, maybe. I mean, because I've met hundreds of people just in this last week.
But that's alone. The thing. You that was one of the reasons you came back to Olney, to Richland County.
Absolutely, and I can't say that I'm going to remember all of them, so I probably got a little bit of acting skill there.
That's cool.
But I'm pretty good with faces too, and I can maybe remember that face, but not necessarily catch the name and have to be reminded. But once we meet everyone, and once I get to know somebody and meet them on more than one occasion, it becomes much easier there. But
you're going to hate me probably after the last hour. If folks want more information about Andy Hires and about your background, where would they go?
Well, they can go to, I got a Facebook page. It's Andy Hires for State Rep 109 District. We also got a website set up, and that's andyhires.com.
Okay.
And I'll give out a phone number right here if they wanted. It's
look right there.
Number is 618-554-3258, and that's my cell phone, and they can reach me at that number if they need to call.
By golly, give you a call. You'll tell anybody. Talk to anybody about anything.
I will certainly have a discussion with them, and I won't tell you I know everything, but we'll certainly try to learn that issue and see what we can do to help them.
Andy, great to meet you, and best of luck to you.
Thank you,
I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the next 7 months for you.
I do too.
That's going to be.
I'm actually looking forward to meeting the people. So
there you go. That's Andy Hires. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thanks for watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll see you all next time. Have a great day.